2021 Food and Wine Festival here at Epcot, and we are very excited to be checking out the Scavenger Hunt this year, which is actually, like past year, related to Remy. So this year's Scavenger Hunt is called the
Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak.
So for this, like every other year, you're going to start around the countries and you're going to find what Remy is holding. So typically we start in Mexico and then kind of work our way all around. So there's a couple different stops.
And some of the stops are just the food booths for this festival.
So we're going to check out each sticker, we're going to place them where they need to be, and we're going to try to find as many Remys, or all the Remys, throughout all the World Showcase. So this looks like a pretty big task, so let's get going.
And we are off to Mexico.
So while in Mexico, we were curious to try to see maybe he'd be inside, but we figured we might check outside just before that, because it is pretty hard to find Remy sometimes inside of the pyramid.
Pavilions.
Yes, inside of the pavilion. So we looked a little bit over here, went by this restaurant, which is pretty good. We'll have to check that out another time. And then, of course, we were about to go right in, and then we saw something that looked pretty familiar behind us, and that was Remy.
All the way on the top of the building.
So pretty easy to miss because he is very small up there, as you can see, and he is holding a squash.
Yellow squash.
So we're going to find the yellow squash on the back of the map, and then we're going to put that on Mexico. So one down and plenty more to go.
And next up is China.
So we are heading into China right now, and this is usually pretty difficult to find him. He's either near the House of Good Fortune, which we moved over towards right here. We kind of moved down here near the gift shop. Usually he's not inside of the gift shop, so we knew better than to look inside of there, but we figured we'd look down here, try to see if we might be able to find him.
Usually he's on the balconies.
Yes, usually he's on the balconies. This time he was not, so we had a little bit of trouble finding him there. So then we looked near Reflections of China. Sometimes they have the figures near the garden, so we figured worthwhile, try to check it out. So we went over by here to go check out the garden, and no Remy over here as well, as you can see. So we were kind of stumped on this one, so we figured maybe we missed it while walking by China, and of course we did. So right outside of
right on the booth for the China Food and Wine Pavilion
is Remy with the salt or pepper shaker. I'm gonna
go
with pepper. So we're gonna put the pepper shaker onto China, and there's a sticker right there. And then once we put that onto China, let's figure out where else we are going next.
And then next we are off to the Refreshment Outpost.
So pretty close by, so let's meet you there. And at the Refreshment Outpost, there's probably only one spot that he really can be, because it's only one spot that you can really put him. Yes, so as we said, we're over here, and if you look close to the top, there is Remy. We'll get a little close-up right here of him.
But yet again, he's far away, so he's hard to see. But it looks like he's holding garlic.
Yes, so it looks like garlic, so we're going to pick out the garlic sticker from the back, and we are going to put that onto the Refreshment Outpost, which luckily this one wasn't too hard to find.
It was easy.
So this is one of the easier ones.
Next, we're off to Germany.
So inside of Germany, plenty of balconies for Remy to be chilling on, and we looked a little bit further down here.
Slowly made our way in.
Usually not going to be inside of the building, so we're trying to get an idea of where he might be, and Ashley was able to look and find him right.
So if you walk over to the Biertin Garden,
up here,
he's right on the balcony right next door.
So right there is Remy, and it looks like he has some olive oil. So that's a pretty good shot. That's probably the best one we've had all day of him.
Probably.
So we're going to look for the olive oil sticker, and there it is. And then we're going to take that sticker and add it onto Germany. So we're doing pretty good for pacing-wise so far.
Next is Italy.
So inside of Italy, there are plenty of places to look for Remy, I'm sure.
Plenty of balconies.
Plenty of balconies, unfortunately. So it looks like he's going to be on the balcony somewhere. So there's a couple different restaurants here, as you can tell, Via Napoli, and there's also Tutta Italia. So we're going to try to look near one of those. And of course, when we move towards Via Napoli,
we spotted him.
We spotted Remy. He's pretty high up there, just as he's been with all the rest of the countries, and he's pretty well hidden as well, so you have to move your way all the way into Italy. But there he is.
Right up there on that balcony.
And it looks like
a better view.
He has some tomatoes. So there are some tomatoes. Like we said, pretty hard to spot him, but there he is. And we're going to look for the tomato sticker, and there it is right there.
And we're going to put it
right onto
Italy.
So right onto Italy we go. And next up,
And next is Hops and Barley, the booth in the America Pavilion.
yes, so we're gonna head over to the American Pavilion, which is over here. And there is plenty of stuff to check out inside there, but we didn't this time.
And I spotted him from all the way across America Pavilion, and I was so proud of myself.
My eyesight is not that good, so I had to rely on Ashley for this one. But
And he is in the middle window on the booth.
and he is holding
He's holding 3 peppers.
3 peppers. So we're gonna look for the peppers right here. This one was luckily another easy one to spot. Not as bad as the other countries, so we're gonna pick the peppers, put them onto Hops and Barley, which is, as we said, located in the American Pavilion. And next up is Japan.
The one we always struggle
Yes,
with.
so we usually struggle. There's usually some spots near Takumite, one of the quick services downstairs of the gift shop. So we looked over towards there, couldn't find them there, so we looked over towards this garden area as well. And we looked pretty well, did not see a Remy figure over here, so we figured kind of move up these stairs
Towards the quick service.
towards the quick service, and we saw him over here
By the waterfall.
by the waterfall, as Ashley said, and he has some zucchini
Cucumbers,
or
zucchini.
cucumbers, one of the above.
Choose what you would like.
Choose either, but there's only one that it looks like, so we're gonna pick that one right there, and that's gonna go to Japan.
And then next we are off to Greece.
So next up, as we move to Greece, which this is between.
It's just a food booth between Morocco and Japan.
Yes, and it's right over here, so pretty easy
Nice
to
and
spot
obvious.
as you're walking by, and he has a
Salt and pepper shakers.
Yes. So this one wasn't too bad, so we're going to find the salt and pepper shakers right on the back, and then we are going to add those to Greece, which has another food item that we'll see in one of our other videos that we checked out.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for
But
that one. And next up
Next
we're going.
is France.
So inside of France, usually a couple different spots that he could be. Typically it's going to be near
On
where
a
the Beauty and the
balcony.
Beauty and the Beast, not beach, show is going to be held. So right back here, we figured we'd take our first little look around, and of course we spotted
him
something
right away.
fairly familiar, which was Remy, and he was up here. So there's a closer look of him, and he has a eggplant. So we're gonna look for the eggplant sticker, as we said, on the back. So we're making pretty good progress so
We're
far,
doing pretty good.
compared to sometimes, but we're kind of chugging on through this. So eggplant sticker is going to go onto France, and then next up we're going to go to
Appleseed Orchard, which is another food booth, but it's inside of the Canada show.
So as you can see, there's the Appleseed Orchard sign, and we're gonna move over here towards La Cellar. So that's some spot that we definitely have to check out another time for a table service. So moving a little bit closer down here is Appleseed Orchard. So we didn't check it out today, but definitely worth checking out in the future. So right up there to the right-hand side of where the entrance to there is Remy with a pan. So we're going to find the pan on these stickers, which is right there. And then we're going to put that onto Appleseed Orchard, which is right there. So there's actually 2 in Canada. So
Yes.
now that we have this one done, we're going to actually head to
Canada.
which near the totem pole is probably where we're going to have to go. So let's go there. And as you can see, we're moving over into Canada, and near the totem pole is Remy, and it looks like he has a baguette or some sort of bread with him. So we're going to look for that sticker on the back right there, and then we're going to add that onto Canada. So Canada's a 2-for-1. You actually can find 2 different spots of Remy there, or nearby there. So next up, we're going to head
Over to the Refreshment Port.
So Refreshment Port is leading towards the entrance of World Showcase.
Yes.
And right over here, so we thought maybe it's up top. Nope, it is right in front of our faces, which is right here near the greens.
I
So
struggled to see him.
there
at
he is
first.
with some spices. So
Some herbs.
some herbs, my apologies, some herbs. One of them said tea on it, so it kind of threw me for a loop. But we're gonna look for the spices sticker on the back of the scavenger hunt map, of course, and then we're going to add that to.
Our scavenger hunt. Woo.
For what was it?
Refreshment Port. And
There you
next is Australia, which is a food booth.
So Australia's right nearby, Refreshment Port.
Literally diagonal to
Diagonal, yes, and then there's Remy right there, so pretty easy
Right
to
on
spot
top.
as you're walking by, and he has a
it. Onion.
onion. So with the onion, we're going to find that sticker on the back. So there's the onion sticker right there, and we only have 2 to go after this, which is
2 to go.
pretty exciting. So 2 to go.
Next, we're going to go to Earth Eats, because they moved the Hawaii booth.
Yes, so the Hawaii booth was moved, but Earth Eats thought it was going to be up top. We didn't see it, so we got a little concerned that maybe he wasn't out.
there.
But he's going to look for the Earth Eats little sign
He's on the ground again.
near the ground. that has the menu, and you will find Remy to the left of here. And he is kind of hiding in here, not too hard to see when you know where to look, but he has some carrots. So we're going to look for, of course, as with everything else, look for the carrot sticker on the back. And then we only have one more to go, so after putting the carrot sticker on for Earth Eats, we are heading to, last but not least,
Hawaii.
So let's head to Hawaii, and Hawaii is right toward the entrance of World Showcase, which is, if you take a left, there's Hawaii, and very obvious, as Ashley said, to find Remy right up there.
He sticks out against the thatch roof.
Yes, he does, and there's a little bit better example of where to find him. He's right there, and a close up, and it looks like he has some
vinegar.
Vinegar, okay, so it is vinegar.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. So we're gonna look for, of course, our last but not least, we just like to double check sticker, which is the vinegar. So once we pull off the vinegar, which Ashley didn't have this one ready, so this took a little bit
all the other ones I had
to
ready.
pull off. We're gonna put it right onto Hawaii, and there is the completed scavenger hunt with all of the Remy's and all the foods. So where do you go next
to our
time?
favorite place,
Disney Traders.
Disney Traders.
So Disney Traders is where you can redeem your scavenger hunt map. So we got 4 in total because there are 4 prizes. So this is what Disney Traders looks like. And there is a side entrance and a front entrance as well. So once Ashley was able to redeem our maps, these are our prizes right here. So they look like they're probably
I'm gonna say bowls.
Bowls. So there's a different type.
We're not 100% sure.
Which are nice. They're a little bit different than what we normally get, rather than just a Mickey Minnie.
So the first one's Figment.
Figment,
of course.
which is really cool. Normal one that we normally get. But next
and then
one,
Mickey and Minnie.
pretty common for what we get for the scavenger hunts as well. But the next one was actually one different
Remy.
one, which is Remy.
Of
Sometimes
course.
you get them, sometimes you don't for the scavenger hunts. But last but not least is a new one, which is Belle. So pretty excited to get this one. Definitely a new one, and definitely excited to bring these home. So thanks so much for watching. As you can tell, we got to check out one of our favorite activities for every festival in Epcot, which is the scavenger hunt. So of course, like prior years, it was named the Hide and Squeak by Remy. Not officially the name.
Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak.
Yes, Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak 2021. So a little different shape. Last year it was like a little open
thing.
Pamphlet. This year it was kind of, what did you say? It was like a rescue
I chose
look.
to believe that it looked like a little chef's hat.
So little, that was cute.
I chose to believe it. I'm not sure if I'm right.
Maybe there weren't more places, but I felt like there were a lot more places than prior year. But we have to take another look at that. That's something I thought there was a lot to kind of get through.
There were a lot of
booths.
Food booths, which were super easy to find, which I appreciated.
I appreciate it, but I also like a little bit of a adventure inside some of the countries
when
as
we
well.
get lost in Japan.
Yes, I don't enjoy going inside the gift shops. I don't like when they're in the gift shops, but I do enjoy when they're inside of different areas of the countries. Like when Morocco, if it's in Morocco, it has it a little bit further. But nonetheless, fun scavenger hunt, good prizes, which hasn't
sure
always
if
been the
they're
case.
Bowls, not sure if they're flower
They're plant pots. I doubt it because it's not flower
I think
garden.
they might be bowls.
So yeah, one thing we would suggest definitely, if you have the option, try to finish it up early, because we've noticed with the past kind of, what are they, scavenger hunts?
We get there for opening.
Yes, so we try to get there opening week, but sometimes after a couple weeks, they do run out of the prizes, and somehow they can't really replenish them, so then they have to come up with a new one.
I was just going to say to get there for opening, so that way it's less crowded while you're trying to make your way through the country to find Remy.
Yes, I was just thinking for the availability standpoint, if you want the prize that we have, you definitely have to show up within the first month or so, because we have seen them sell out pretty quickly.
Especially considering that this festival is going to November.
Yes, so they probably will sell out by then.
November.
Because we know the last video we had comments that the prize were a little different, but they do swap them if they run out, unfortunately. And as Ashley said, definitely get there early. One of the best things that we did was go for rope drop. We just went straight in and kind of just went around the country, started next to work our way around. There was barely any crowds by then, but when we had to go do one of our food trails, which will be up soon enough.
Another video.
That was fairly crowded by that time, so definitely if you prioritize it, it is nice. There's a lot less of a crowd, but you can also kind of get lucky, I guess, if you're in a crowd, because you can find people that know where stuff is as well.
Like in Japan, we heard someone yell, "Hey, I found him!"
And then we knew where it was. Yes, so that is also helpful sometimes as well. Or asking cast members. So far, we try not to, but we can make it a little bit enjoyable and fun, but Ashley will do it sometimes.
I will do it. If I get annoyed and we've been looking for something for over 15 minutes, I'm gonna ask.
Yes, so that can happen. But aside from that, definitely a fun scavenger hunt. Yes. Definitely more stuff that we want to get to that we haven't gotten to, but we do have a food trail. So
which one was your favorite bowl slash whatever?
What was my favorite? I would say, just because of what we have already, I would say Belle. Because we don't have a Belle item that's coming from the scavenger hunts. We had Mickey, we've had Minnie, we've had Figment, we've had Remy. I'm just looking over at the stuff now. I can tell you we have Minnie, Mickey, Figment and Remy cups from one year, and then we
I
also
see
have Orange Bird. So I feel like those are pretty much the only characters that we typically get out of the scavenger hunt. So it was nice to see something different as in Belle. So we have quite the collection of scavenger hunt stuff by now. Some multiples as well. We have to clean that up at some point.
A lot of multiples.
It's quite a lot of stuff, but definitely was nice to add to the collection, and I'm happy that they have a little bit different prizes. So aside from that, let us know if you guys have a favorite prize that you would like to share in the comment section below, or if you have any suggestions for the festival itself or any Disney
or any
content
booths you want to see us go to. I know that I have a favorite that I want to go to, and Alex knows what it is.
India?
I want to go
Ireland?
there, but no. I want to go to that booth, but no.
The noodles. I thought you meant that was not opened. I thought you meant that wasn't open. So keep in mind, some of the booths are closed until October-ish?
October 1st.
October 1st. So there are some. So we saw, I think, India and Ireland are closed for quite a little bit of time. Not closed per se, but just not
They're
open
not opening
yet.
until October 1st.
So yeah. So there are some that have a little delayed opening, like with some of the other
Alps,
festivals.
Spain.
But there's plenty to kind of pick out. We haven't checked out most of the food yet, so we're definitely going to have to get to that soon enough.
But I'm excited for the noodle exchange.
But yes, we are excited for the noodle exchange. We'll be checking that out soon
Be
enough.
expecting me to try almost everything from there.
Yes, so as always, thanks so much for watching. I'm Alex.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Disney's Party of Two.